Yo, what is up guys? Today I'm here with another Rocket League video. This one's not exactly a car design, I'm just using one from a previous video. This is what it looks like, but it works for every car, so it's fine. So yeah, I'm here to answer the question, what is better, the Fennec or the Octane? In my personal opinion, obviously, if you've looked deep enough into Rocket League, you'll know that these two cars share the same exact hitbox. Obviously, the Fennec is newer, and it rose to popularity really fast, and I think overtook the Octane at some points. I'm not sure. I think in the pro scene it's used almost as much, if not more, than the Octane now. So it leaves you to question: is the Fennec better than the Octane? Is that why the pros are using it, or is that just preference? Obviously, personally, at a pro level, it probably doesn't really matter. It's probably just preference for them. But here's my personal opinion on it. So the Octane is a very like slanted car. It has a lot of weird kind of crooked, like it's kind of crooked. It doesn't really define what it's hitting. Like if you're a really new player, you may think this is what it's hitting, even though it's a straight box over. It's straight box around, and it's the same for the Fennec. And I think the Fennec, I think personally for aerials and stuff, it's nicer. The Octane's probably a bit nicer because it has this fine point. It really gives you this area that you can really aim for, and that's what you're going to be going for. So personally, if you're higher up, the Octane might be a little bit better just because of the more defined point. But that's not to say that the Fennec doesn't have that. It's just that this one's more precise. So somebody may like that more. But overall, I think I'd give it to the Fennec, and here's why. First of all, I know they have the same hitbox, but this one fills it better. It looks a lot nicer inside of its hitbox. It's a lot more cubey. I know that's a weird word, but that's what I'm gonna use. It definitely, you can have flat edges. If you're a new player, you know that how it's gonna hit the ball because it's flat. Compared to this, you might have this weird feeling because it's diagonal at the top, but you get a weird kind of straight hit off that. This is straight. You know how it's gonna hit. Obviously, it has this, but it's a lot more um horizontal than this, which is more of a diagonal kind of line. So personally, I think the Fennec definitely has it over the Octane for like a beginning player. I think the Fennec definitely has some nicer lines. It fits the hitbox better. And for a new player, maybe try out the Fennec. It could help you get to that next level if you're not really understanding how to use a car. I don't really think the cars affect the game that much as is. Like you can use different hitboxes from different cars, and I think honestly you'll get to the same amount of skill in the end if you put in the work. But personally, I think this is probably the better car for starters. At a pro level, these two cars, the difference between them is non-existent. Pros know what they're hitting with. So if you think pros are using it because one is better than the other, that's not true. They are simply using it because they have a preference. They think maybe one looks better or they feel better with one, but one is not better than the other. At like a beginning level, the Fennec might be a bit nicer just because it has more straight. It's more of a straight car, so you might be able to really kind of figure out how the lineup works with the car. Dribbling might be easier because you have this compared to that. I don't know. I think the Fennec comes with quite a few advantages for beginners, but as you climb more and more up the ranks, it starts to matter less and less, and these two cars pretty much become the same thing. Obviously, the Octane is like the go-to free car, and Fennec, obviously, you need to pay for that, so that's probably the one downside. You have to buy it at one point or another. But other than that, I can't really think of anything. I think the Fennec is better for a beginner just starting out, and the Octane is a car that is just all around good. It's compared to the Fennec, the same exact thing at a higher level. And yeah, these two cars, I don't see much of a difference in. I don't think one is really better than the other unless you're maybe like just starting the game out and you want that more straight look to it, just for a more simplistic view at what you're trying to do. Maybe trying to learn dribbles. Like, I don't know dribbles very well, so maybe I'd use the Fennec to understand where I want that ball to go on my car a bit better compared to this, which might be a bit more confusing. Other than that, I don't got much more to say. Thank you for watching. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe. I'm trying to get to 1,000 before the end of this year, so it would mean a lot if you could. Yeah, have a nice day.